we're starting Duel Destinies today. We're starting the Duel Destinies, so we're going to be doing the tutorial case for that. Shouldn't take us too long. Should only take us like maybe... we'll get through this stream, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what the first case is. I literally looked it up the other day as well, what the first case of Duel Destinies is, and that is very bright, whatever. Duel Destinies cases. The first case is... What's the first case called? I cannot remember off the top of my head what the first case of Duel Destinies is. Turnabout Countdown. That is the first case. So we only have 2 trials, which are both each 1 part. So that shouldn't take us too long at all. That is 2 parts. We're doing 2 parts of a case. But yeah. And then I can't remember which order these colored. But yeah, we're doing Turnabout Countdown. And I believe this is Phoenix's first case back as a defense attorney, or maybe his first case back is whatever the next case is, maybe. But yeah. Oh yeah, guess what, guys? I did my presentation. At uni. If you guys don't know, I had a presentation at uni to do for one of my modules. I did it on health behavior models and I didn't do it on health behavior models. I did my essay on health behavior models. I did my presentation on human rights. But yeah, I did it on human rights, and my tutors was like, "Hey, this is very good." They didn't really ask me anything really about the content really. One of my so it was I have 2 lecturers on this module. Hello, Floofy. Hello, welcome on in. How you doing? But yeah, I have 2 lecturers on this module, and both of them were like doing just watching me give the presentation. I didn't have to give the presentation in front. Yes, I do, Floofy. Yes, I do. But yeah, I didn't have to give my presentation in front of the whole class. I just had to give it in front of my 2 lecturers. But yeah, so I gave my presentation. We're supposed to give it in we only had I think it was max 10-11 minutes, and I did it in 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I had 20 slides, and 5 of those slides basically meant nothing. So it's basically 15 slides because it was 3 slides of references. I love references. And then a title slide, and then objectives, a learning objective slide, which I did kind of briefly read over. But yeah, so it was basically 15, 16 slides. But yeah, so I did it, and they were like, "Oh, it's very good. Yeah, they didn't ask me any questions about the content. They literally prepped us beforehand, saying "Oh, we're going to ask you questions about it. We're going to ask you 1 question each about it." So, and one of my lecturers basically asked "Hey, did you expect the prevalence?" I did on conversion therapy and human rights, and I put a prevalence slide in. I put it in oh, it was 8%. I put in percentages and stuff. And one of my lecturers was like, "Oh, did you expect it to be that high?" I was like, "Oh no, I expected it to be closer to 2% because I knew it was still kind of prevalent. But I didn't expect it to be as high as the 8%. I can't remember the statistics. I know I put 8% and 2% on there in some form of sentences, but don't remember the full context. And then my other lecturer was like, "Oh, you use a mix of quantitative and qualitative studies. If you were to do you use like one quant study and you use another qualitative study. Quant studies are basically just the numbers. If you see a psych study, a psychological study, that gives you like means and standard deviations, and you know, there's a bunch of numbers in the results section. That's a quantitative study. If the study has like more, it's like more wordy, has like basically no numbers, and it's like more wordy and like more like described in the results section, it's like very analytical, and it's like it just talks, there's no numbers in it, then that's a qualitative study. Qualitative study is just like words basically, and like very more analytical of like interview responses, for example. So my other lecturer was like, hey, if you were to do a study on this, would you rather do like a quantitative or qualitative study? And I said I would do a quantitative study because I prefer doing those. I mean, with qualitative studies, we actually for one of my assignments we're doing thematic analysis. I hate identifying the themes, but if I was given all the themes and it was just like, hey, we've given you themes, now analyze this data, I could do that easily. That would be easy. It's just finding the themes that's just a fucking piss take. So I find that annoying. I find that very annoying, but we still have to do it for one of our assignments. So yeah. But yeah, for my presentation, it went well. And I had it at 12. So I was talking to a few people who, I went up to go find the room because it was in a different block. It was in a different block, then it was a different building than what I'm usually used to. So I went up. I got to uni at like 9, at like 9 I think, like 9:15 I think. So I went up to the room. I went up to go find where the room was to make sure I knew what it was and I wouldn't be, late. And I met with like the person who was doing it first, and we were talking about it and stuff like that. And then as I was coming back, cause that person had like gone in to do their presentation, I was like, going out because around the room. So I was gonna go to the library and work and kind of like practice presenting before I actually like went to do it. So I actually saw one of the other people from my class who was like who's going to be the second person to do it, and we were kind of talking, and she was like, hey, how many slides do you have? And I was like, 20. And she was like, 20? She was like, 20? I would have done like 10. I would have done like 10. And I was like, well, yeah, but like a few of them are basically like nothing slides because it's like references. And she was like, okay, so you don't actually have as many slides as I thought to actually go through. So it's actually feasible in 10 minutes. And it was feasible in 10 minutes. So yeah. Also, while we're talking, video essay of the week, Destinies' most tragic character, Adrian Andrews' video essay by Cool Car Guy. I love Adrian Andrews. You can't see my back anymore because I've got my camera set up differently than what I used to have it. But I have an Adrian Andrews keychain that I bought off Etsy. And I kind of slightly cleaned this the other day. I need to do a proper clean where I just like grab some wipes and properly clean down this whiteboard because it needs a proper clean. I got it last summer. What did I get? It was last summer. It was around the time I also got my webcam as well. So whenever I got my webcam, I also got this not too long after that, or like before that. No, it was not too long after this actually. It was not too long after this I got my... It was not too long after I got my webcam that I got my board. So, yeah. Anyways, guys. Anyways. I want to get into Ace Attorney. So. Okay, we have a load game, but we need to get into Duel Destinies. So that means we need to go to game selection. And that is the library. So let's switch games. We've completed this one. And new games. And also we have costumes now. I don't think we had any costumes for No, we didn't have any costumes for Apollo Justice, but we had, well, we now have costumes for Duel Destinies and Spirit of Justice. I haven't seen. Oh yeah, okay. I haven't seen. These are the ones for Spirit of Justice. These are the costumes for Spirit of Justice. We have our default one. We have the Tiger, El Tigre, from the outfit of Don Tigre from Recipe by Turnabout from the original trilogy. And then we have the default for Apollo. Anyway, that's the default for Phoenix. That's the default for Apollo. And we've got School Days, which, you know, very much reminds me of Yunosuke because it's like the same uniform. And then we have Athena's default. And then we have Très Bien. Again, both from the same episode. That's the Très Bien uniform. Both introduced in both the Tiger outfit for Phoenix and the Très Bien outfit for Athena. Both originally introduced in Recipe for My Turnabout. Obviously, Athena wasn't introduced in Recipe for My Turnabout because she's introduced in Duel Destinies, and not Trials and Tribulations. But still. I mean, I'm probably gonna show you guys those anyways. Then we have the costumes for Duel Destinies. So we have the default for Phoenix again. And then we have this old school suit from the Phoenix Wright trilogy. And then we have this nostalgic sweater. Now I thought it said R-I-U on it for, you know, Ryuichi, or however you pronounce his Japanese name. But yeah, I thought it would be Ryu. I thought it would be R-I-U like it's in the anime. But no, it's a P for Phoenix. I prefer the R-Y-U, the Ryu. I prefer the Ryu. Honestly, I think I'm just used to the Ryu. That's usually on his sweater. But the P still looks good. And then we have this old school suit. We've got the default for Apollo again. And I love this outfit. Absolutely love this outfit. We have one of Emma's badges, and then we have Mr. Hat there. Emma's badges that is one of Emma's badges that she wore in Rise from the Turnabout, I believe. Not Rise from the Turnabout. Rise from the Ashes. So used to say in Turnabout. And then we have Athena's default again. And then we have the Themis Academy uniform. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the defaults now. I'm gonna stick with the defaults for this case. And I think the next case we're going to switch to the other uniforms because I think there's an achievement. I'm gonna have a look. I think there's an achievement for wearing every outfit, I believe. I think so. I think maybe. Maybe. I think there might be. I'm not sure. But we can wear them all anyways. But yeah, we're going. Oh yeah, if we're playing the game in any one of the available outfits. So yeah, we're gonna play through those. Yeah, new game. Is this gonna be a new cutscene? Do I have my Apollo Justice? Yes. Oh wait, does it now have the sound? Oh yes, it does. It's a judge! It's a judge. Oh wait, I didn't mean to skip. There's a bomb. Oh wait, let me turn on. What's going on? We can kind of hear it ticking. The fuck is going on? The courtroom! The fuck? The actual fuck? What the fuck?
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble. And it's up to us to restore it to its former glory.
Does Bright Anything Agency?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's Phoenix's
hat. Looks like
hat.
your target
Phoenix's
finally
hat.
decided to
There's
make
Nick's
a
hat.
move.
That's Nick.
Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
And that's Athena! Woohoo!
Done.
Ready to go?
You bet. Let's do this.
She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
I'm excited for this. So excited.
No.
She's so silly.
Are you alright, miss?
I love her. I love her already.
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
Ah! He's stuck as a liar! Stuck as a defense attorney! Woohoo! No, and he has his little thing, his little locket with Juicy in it. He's great, he's great. I love Phoenix. Phoenix is great. I love Phoenix. This is definitely upgraded visuals from the Phoenix Wright anime. And I think that's Apollo. That's Apollo. So excited to play this. Oh, this is so cool. Episode 1. Turnabout Countdown. The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion. Is that a murderer for this case? Is that the guy? Is that the guy? Is this a reveal like the first turnabout? Now all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl. On Trucy? Or Athena? Who? Ah, this is I love this. I love these visuals. I love these visuals. I mean, the guards without eyes, the bailiffs without eyes look weird, but still. Nope, not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? It's Apollo! Oh, Apollo. What the fuck happened to him? Was he involved with the explosion? Oh wait, it was a trial going on because the judge was there, and there was people in the stands. So I assume that trial was going on and that he was the defense. Yeah, doing great. Like home and little team great. Oh yeah? That's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. Ugh, I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. There's a steel here, I tell ya. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case, but I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Ah, Junie is our defense, okay. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number of you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm going to see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of that all suspicion. Apollo? Athena? Ah, I'm guessing this is our defendant. Thank you for doing this for me. Ah yeah, this is Juniper. Junie. Juniper Woods. Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. This kind of thing never happens. At home in the forest though. No, I feel bad for her. This is Juniper Woods. She's my dear childhood friend, and she's also our client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged bomber. But that's ridiculous. There's no way Junie would do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, this is an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says that orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me, standing here clutching an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there they won't know what hit 'em. Right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may, this is one trial. We just can't lose. Is he okay? Apollo! 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 Is he okay? Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Mr. Justice. Huh? The trial's about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What? Now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. I have to. Defend Juniper? What are we going to do? The trial's about to start with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But if I call him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait. There's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you going to do? Bailiff. Yes, miss? The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Dina? You're not seriously. You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself? Athena, stop for a sec and think about what you're saying. You've never once taken a case on alone before, right? No hey problema. I can handle it, I think. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Athena, and that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench right now. So you just have to leave it to me. Alright, I can see your mind's made up anyways. I hate that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will. Rest assured of that. My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone though. But I have to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. Let's get to it then. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. This is incredibly that title was very that scene change was extremely slow. This is new. I like the judge's free name bottle. Suits him, I think. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. We've got another pain. Aha. What is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today. Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice was unable to continue. I see. No, I was surprised he used that as an excuse to run away. But me as an adversary, who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape? Please! It's a pain! How's my pain in my ass? What? The nerve of that guy. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. Ah, this arrogant jerk. You arrogant jerk. No, Widget. Is my hair getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all, especially not from me. How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something. Nope, not Athena, not us. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, would you? He sometimes puts out what I'm thinking. Haha, well then. If that's the case, there's a clear contradiction to what you just stated. A contradiction? You stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said what I was. What was it? Elegance at work? It was an arrogant jerk. Anyway, was it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness. Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let's get back to the case. Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the rookie humiliator. Aha! Yeah! I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk. Arrogant jerk? Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court. I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction. Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please. Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4. I was presiding over that trial as well, and Mr. Justice was there as the lawyer for the defense. A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrible loss of human life. But that was, in fact, one death, was there not? That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial. I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape. Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes. The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about trauma. Okay, so trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death between 8 and 11 a.m. The stuffed animal bomb. The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use E. I better take a peek later. Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. Here she is, it's Judy. I love her design. Love her character design. Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a bit pale. I'm so sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. But I'm alright. Judy's really giving it her all. I better make sure I do the same. If you could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant. Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student. How old is Athena then? Because Juniper is how old is Juniper? I can look at the court record. Juniper is 18. Okay. So Athena is what? 19? Like 18, 19? I'm always confused by the ages and how old people are in this universe and why and how they became lawyers at such young ages. Francisca, Clavia, who else? Okay, I drove 20, I can get. But, you know, Francisca and Clavia mainly. Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the day in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Athena. And so, I was there yesterday. to watch his trial and lend my support. Something's wrong. Junie's really scared. Did you know I'm also known as the Defendant Humiliator? It looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker. Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you Prosecutor Payne. What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead? Deep breaths, Athena. Don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne. Junie is telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lowest route you gave him to. He was? My grandma says lotus root is good for you, for your eyes. She says they can even help you see into the future. They can? Then that's the perfect presence for a liar. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them. A sweet, meek girl like this, blowing a courtroom to bits? I must say it's very hard to believe. Yeah, it is very hard to believe. Now, Your Honor. Don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime. Can you read a mind as well, Payne? That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit, the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is that her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself. Sure. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? That's a very good question coming from a novice such as yourself. Shut the fuck up, Payne. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? Why, yes I have. Did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system? Now wait just a minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers. That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land. I concede the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the cause, but Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed the crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Bullshit. Decisive, huh? I'll believe it when I see it. It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor. And what exactly was so unique about it? Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question? Huh? Me? I notice that you appear to be very nervous, and well, gentlemen, that I am. I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question. Could he be any more condescending? Really, what a thoroughly unpleasant man. L is for loser. What are you going to say? Nothing. Not a single thing. Would you please? Now let's see. What was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. A court record. The information I need is somewhere in the court record. Alright, Miss Sykes. Let's hear your answer. What was unique about the bomb that blew up in the courtroom? Was it because it was inside a stuffed animal? Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior. Very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal. There, how do you like that? Now batter. Which is so cute. I am fine. Just like I said from the start, I can do this. Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. Never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this impish elephant have to do with the defendant? The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here. And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a little singed. It's a tale, Your Honor. The tale of a poor victim of the explosion. This is incredible. I say it is Detective Army's tale? Your Honor, it's so very close, but no. It belongs to this stuffed animal. The judge is a dumbass and I love him for it. It's called the Phony Fancy. A rather unpleasant name, if you ask me. He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not? Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trucked up. That's so wrong on so many levels. The Phony Fancy's tail is made of vinyl cloth, and we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. For what? The Phony Fancy provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves that the accused handled the bomb. What is this like this? Where's... There we go. There we go. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on it? That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence. Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this? I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible evidence, explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence? Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. I better come up with something for Junie's sake. To help produce an answer, we could always go straight to the ruling if you prefer. And I have to say something fast. Oh no, I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times? Huh? I thought I was in this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court. Dina! Dina! Ah, it's baby Athena!
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection!
That's Phoenix. That's Phoenix.
Why, it's you.
I recognize that voice from anywhere. Here he is. Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place. Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own. I don't know. I think we were doing just fine, all things considered. And you hung in there, and you needed enough time to get here. Now let's turn things around. You got it, boss. Oh, look who showed up out of the blue. This is Mr. Phoenix, right? You always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How is the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert that it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You are absolutely right. Let us continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne? Haha, never at all, Your Honor. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time. Judy's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing. And there she is, back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition... Very well, I'll grant special permission. You go get some rest, Junie. I'll leave the rest to us. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about this. Phoenix, right? I've been looking forward to meeting you. It's been a while, Mr. Payne. You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I'm Gaspin Payne. I'm the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne. What? Long-standing rival? When were we ever rivals, let alone long-standing? Let's see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with at your hands. Looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly pleasant as the other, unpleasant as the other. Your Honor, prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bombs in the courtroom. Wow, that was a cool animation. Very well, please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Witness, your name and occupation, please. A witness. Name, Ted Tony. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist. Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me talking. It sounds exactly like a robot. Can you speak in a normal manner? I can. He can. But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure. Speaking over typing. Understand? What an odd witness. Mr. Tony was in charge of the bomb for the trial, was there when it went off. Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim. Shocked? I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I wanted to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. So he was the first to discover the body, was he? He is here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion. Very well, the court will hear Mr. Tony's testimony, but at the very least, show this courtroom some respect and remove that face card witness. Witness testimony time. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. Was it in the bear though, so you couldn't have seen it? So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched down? Precisely, activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect wires. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I'm sure even you would be able to do it, Mr. Wright. Why are the witnesses such dickheads to us, honestly? I guess this makes you the blue monkey in the spiral of fun, boss. I'd now like to begin my cross-examination. Huh? Ah, Mr. Tony? What is that? HH3000, aka Papa. It just looks goofier on the 3D model. It looks goofy on the 3D model than it does on the 2D model. I'm sorry. It just looks so fucking goofy. That looks so fucking goofy, honestly. Great goofy. Mr. Tony, I demand you disarm that this instant. Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. I'm trying to give me a heart attack. I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of the HH3000. I'm sorry, the faces on these 3D models are so fucking goofy that when they're on the 2D models, they look fine, but when they're on the 3D models, they just look so fucking goofy. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success, explosion equals failure. An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like. I submitted a photograph of a real bomb taken just before the trial. Dimensions, 10 inches, Dimensions 10 inches height, 10 inches width, 10 inches diameter. Weight 12 pounds, a perfect replication. The bomb does not appear to be a very good copy indeed. Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It's a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable that I cannot replicate it. Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. This is in the court record. And now, the defense would begin their cross-examination. What is Miss Sykes gone to? Athena, you can come out now. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work. Guess you were pretty scared, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She's about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, widget. As transparent as ever. Now let's see. Where were we? We're at the cross-examination. Oh, cross-examination, of course. She seems disorientated. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine. To help her focus. Nah, she'll be fine. Nah, no need to that right now. She'll be fine. We know how to cross-examine, don't we? I do everything I can to help. If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press R when the option to consult with me appears. Well, you know where I think the suspicion statement is. Oh, that's useful. Thanks, Athena. Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. That is very useful. I went, what? 5 games without that feature? Because I did the whole Phoenix Wright trilogy, and then we've done the whole Phoenix Wright trilogy. So that's 3 games. And then we did the first Apollo Justice and Adventures. Whoa. Hello, Arson. Hello. Welcome on in. Hello. Okay, I do know what I'm gonna say there, but I do know what statement to play. Press. I'm just gonna say here just to start off our little saves in the Duel Destiny section of the saving bit. It was this one. He didn't see the bomb's timer though. If we present the bomb, it was hidden inside a stuffed animal and can be detonated remotely. So there was no reason to like open it up and like manually detonate it if it could be.
Objection!
So you say you saw the bomb's countdown? Is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you are clearly lying. Look at his smug face. The faces on these 3D models look so fucking goofy to me. And yeah, and also this died and I don't have a spare plug on my computer to plug it in. I can't be bothered plugging it in on my little thing that my extension lead. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. I thought the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tony, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off? But you couldn't even see the timer. But that... What? No. That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this? Well, Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You find a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way we do it, right, boss? Then the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tony? Well, let me see. No. There must be some mistake. Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound. Sound? What sound? When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It's the sound of the bomb counting down. A beeping noise, you say? I suppose it would be possible to notice that even with the bomb inside the stuffed animal. I simply made a mistake.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I will never miss it. How do they think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away? What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to disarm. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? A deaf one? It's not like disassembling the toaster, you know. No, it's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know. But it's proud of being a lawyer. Shut up, Pain. And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you? And perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Sonic did not hear the sound? Well, no, but it still seems like totally sus. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. Do we prove that or was he actually there? Oh, this is useful. Going in between documents. These documents about the thing. That is so satisfying to just go through it like that. Just drag it through like that. 10 inch height, 10 inch width, 10 inch depth, not depth. What's the word? Diameter. 12 pounds. 5/16 inch alloy plating. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the 5/16 means. And then with the piece of stuffed animal that the bomb was inside it. Think about this. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Mr. Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tornate happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. What's this now? It happened before the trial started. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb was evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get the bomb, Miss Woods was already there in that lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. It has been missing ever since the incident. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing. I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case. And they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. Wouldn't you have noticed if someone stole it, like in the middle of stealing it? The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby? The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Oh, added 5 minutes, guys. Added 5 minutes. Someone other than Mr. Tony could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. So that means you could have done it. Do you see the number here? Oh, wait, we know you did it. We saw the thing. That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case. Right. So all fingers point to you. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. Yeah, handled it. Ah, the tail. Yeah, right. 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor, and I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright. I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Don't worry, I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. Guess she's already at anger level 1. Don't worry, I'll start the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I'll take my leave. But before I do, there is one more thing, Mr. Wright, is it? Me? Yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? Yeah. I look forward to seeing you try. This guy is hiding something. I just know it. Now if you'll excuse me. Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant. It's Judy. I love her design. I said that before, but you know. Judy. Hi, Athena. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Judy. We're here for you. Thanks, Athena. I'll do my best too. You blew up the courtroom before because you bear resentment against the court, is correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. Pain! Yeah. I hate him. I hate it so much. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary. What an impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't that right? This feels illegal somehow, like borderline illegal to like basically force a witness to admit something they didn't do. Mr. Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack? What? Of course not. Do we have to review courtroom manners 101 again? What kind of creep that bullies innocent girls like this off so easily? I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Don't worry about me, just help Judy. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared, so very scared. Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it, you stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
You runner, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. But don't you know, Your Honor? There is no more a gentleman in the world than I. As a gentleman, I think a gentleman would behave like he does. Don't let that rough ruffian win. Tina. How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rough ruffian? Because that's what you are. Oh shit, the ad is starting in like a few seconds. I'll have you now that I attend a manners class every Saturday. Okay, ad is starting soon. It should be coming up with my ads manager doc thing. And OBS that it's starting soon. So okay, hurry up ads. Hurry up. Hurry up. Why is it taking so long for ads to start? Someone say in chat when the ads have started. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I'm a genteel man. Not when you're terrorizing a young lady, you know. I demand my money back from that manners class I used. I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but oh wait, I can start from here. There we go. There it is. It's running. It should be running now. I never know what to do on these 1 minute ad breaks. Because it's like, I could ramble about something, but it's like only 1 minute. So it's like, I just talk about how I have nothing to talk about on these ad breaks. And we have like multiple a stream. Like, what? 2 a stream at least. So you always stream for at least 2 hours and it's like 1 minute ads per hours. And then it's like, there's also pre-rolls as well. You won't get pre-rolls if you subscribe though. use that Prime sub or Turbo sub or whatever. I'm joking. Where's my glasses? I should always just use these ad breaks to clean my glasses because they get so fucking dirty. Swear to God. Alright, people should be back from the ads. Mr. Payne, that'll be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. She's clearly in pain being forced to record the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out. This isn't going to work, so what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's a perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart? Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second. Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. And in essence, she can hear she can sense, even, how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied and listen to the testimony of Miss Woods' heart. Okay, boss, I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all the effort into studying analytical psychology. You're just like me, lover of psychology. Off gets. Let's do this. So your holographic thingamabob can show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony, I can enter all that into a widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them. Mood matrix. I don't know how this works. These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will let us know. Okay. So if your special built-in widget's mood matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. Even. I'm picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Julie's heart. See here? This is what the noise looks like in the mood matrix. It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Woods' true testimony. Mood matrix time. That's a surprise. I love these little graphics. They're so cute. Oh. I think I have a good grasp on Julie's emotional state now. This power of Athena is incredible. I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony. What? Already? Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting. But look at that. That is odd. There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We must do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint it, and then select the unexpected emotion or reaction from the 4 mood markers with space. So, pinpoint.
Got it!
Which is registering joy with Miss Woods because the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was that also something that made you feel happy? What? Just go with the motions here. Just go with the motions here, Juniper. Just go with the motions here. Mr. Right, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Julie's heart. Keep going on this point and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great, let's hear what she has to say. Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped, and then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then, Apollo came and rescued me. Apollo? He used his own body to shield me from the rubble. So that's when he sustained those injuries. Ah, okay, he was protecting Juniper. How do you feel, Junie? Talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. I see your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Tina. Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony. Pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart. I guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me import this new information and update the mood matrix and we'll be good to go. Remember what to do, right? When I've had an unexpected emotion, I should first pinpoint it. That's right, then you select it from the mood markers with space. If we can find the reason for the discord in her heart, then we should be able to draw even more new testimony, even new testimony out, even more new testimony out. Okay. Warm it off. So startled, I tripped, then ripple started to fall on me. After I was done for info update. Then Paul came and rescued me. Pinpoint. Sadness. Because we know she was happy because Apollo came and rescued her. You're happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you? Yes, I was really happy. But was there also something you felt sad about that at the time? Sad? The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness too. Oh, I think it's probably because of Bumrat Briney. Bumrat Briney? Well, what do you know? Something new. That's right. I brought my stuffed animal Bumrat Briney to watch the trial with me. Bumrat Briney and Phony Fancy are brothers. Who knew that the legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise? I had Bumrat Briney with me while I was watching the trial. But it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I'd lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know, you can see what it looks like in this poster. Phoenix. That's Phoenix as a rhino. And it's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. Funny fancy of Bumrat Briney, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros? Mr. Wright, I don't have any discord in Junie's heart anymore. Ooh. So I guess that means we managed to draw all her testimony. That's right, I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So do you think her new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So Bum Rat Bryony was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. So now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it at the right statement. Yes. Info update. Gallery Bum Rat Bryony. I tried to burn, but I was too slow. I got out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was just startled, I tripped, then Rubble started falling, I was done for, and then Apollo came and rescued me. Oh, I love these little graphics. These little animations, they're so cool.
Objection!
So cool, I love the graphics in Duel Destinies. Miss Woods, I know that this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are, without a doubt, innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found on was an out-of-body fantasy. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bum Rat Bryony.
Objection!
What nonsense is that? I can see they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. They're both lawyers. But are they really that different? So different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have similar characteristics. They're both grey, for example. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up.
Take that!
Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of their tails is exactly the same. I love these 3D models. I love the 3D models, even if they can be a little goofy all the time. Order in the court. As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bum Rat Bryony, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Oh, yes, of course, Your Honor. And that was great, Mr. Right? You turned things right around. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. Truth found, we managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. Truth found, gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything you're doing. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Judy. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the ones who gave me that courage, Athena. Really? Thanks. So, be honest, was there any help at all? Oh, of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I might still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm gonna give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you can call me your partner. That's what I'd like to hear. Analytical psychology. the ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, what's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4? Well, he'd be doing at the scene of the explosion. When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about both my Bryony. I told him I dropped Bryony in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Bryony might be, so we went to take a look together. Huh? I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Bryony together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? Yes, I had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence. Anyway, we better go and get him. Good idea. We're back in number 4. Yeah, number 4. Number 4.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today.
Oh, I love these cutscenes.
Come on, I know you're... No.
Apollo? Apollo! Apollo, no! Apollo! I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Is he okay? Is he okay? To be continued. Holy shit. Is he okay? Okay, we're back in the defendant lobby. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. Is Apollo okay? I'm going to find out if he's okay or not. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Oh, hey! Did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news! Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Not what I was expecting. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. Am I showing in the forest where you live, Junior? How old is Athena? 18, okay. she's a year younger than me. Jesus Christ, Athena. So you better watch out, okay? Athena. You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Athena. Oh, poor Apollo. And it's all my fault. Wrong word to use there, Athena. Athena! Oh, Junior, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? But I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Junior. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh. I guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you know, I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions too. Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom before he assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Oh my god, why is my nose so itchy? Oh my fucking god. But who in the world would do such a thing, Mr. Right? Just wait until I get my hands on that coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena. I said you are in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until we've cleared until we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now let's see. I'd better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. To Mr. Wright, I'm ready whenever you are. Okay, so we have Detective Arms' autopsy report plus her photo, the dead body photo, the H3000 bomb and its dimensions, weight, and its case. The phony fancy sale, which is actually the tail to the rhino, the missing remote switch, and the bomb transport case, which has what's his name? Tonight's ID on it. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. You bet! With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me though. I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake. And Apollo's too. I love that little animation. That is so cool. All rise. Court now reconvened for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say, I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He hasn't gone where I think he's going with this, is he? I swear to God, I will unleash Athena on you if you dare suggest what I think you're suggesting. Prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. Athena! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the incidents under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. It kinda does though. It kinda does though. But I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. It was on the other side of the fucking court. It was on the other fucking side, as you can see it. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely. And so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
Julie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I'd like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well, bailiff. Please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good. If you would then, please testify about what happened to the court. Witness testimony. Alone with Apollo. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of a coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. It may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. I was feeling her wrist backhanding that out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something. I think. Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed, and I'm going to take my phone off charge, so I need to go grab my charger. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. And why is every single one of my wires all tangled up? I swear to fucking God. Well, the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. What chance? She was called by the court. She was called back to the court to testify, to give testimony. Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. What on earth? That was set up. We did not see that. Do you see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. witnessed the message he left us. It's written in blood. WOODS. Why isn't that? That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. That's bullshit. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Because he didn't. Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? I don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo? No. Then she screamed. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were in the courtroom number 4. There was Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves. I had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Because there wasn't! Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination time. Saving time. No, present.
Hold it!
Oh, fine. Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing. That's a lie. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in here the moment. But Matt Bryant, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. Oh! He had a little compartment that I could put things in, see? And Phony Fancy has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inside. I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bum Matt Bryant. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there, I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest. The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh wait. So that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods. There's a witness stand. There's rubble though. No exam.
Objection!
So he started his search of the witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave. And strong. Well, that's odd. Under circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that. But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he is really brave. And kind too. And that's not the part I find fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh, I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand. There's such a tiny inconsistency. Even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. It was yesterday. Great, now I'm not sure. I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. But sometimes those molehills can develop into mountains. That's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. Yeah! I can't slander you on. So was it really impossible to approach the witness then? I'd say it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. You got it updated, huh? What's that hunk of metal on the wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is that some problem? Ah yes, that transport case was there in the courtroom before when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it. Miss Woods, have you remembered something? Yes, I just realised. Its position is different from before. Its position? The position of what? The position of that big metal thing. The bomb transport case? Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it's easy to search the stand. I see, so where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? As I recall, I think it was more to the right. To the right? And that means, in that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack. Who cares what the transport case was when? What difference does it make? Because he wouldn't have been able to write Woods where he wrote it.
Objection!
What? I don't even know what he said, what Payne said. What did he say? I need to skip through it. History. It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about. Objection. Well, where the transport case has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. This is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. I would say, alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. I'm gonna say here.
Take that!
Your Honor, I said that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault, but that's inconceivable. Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it? Yes, that's where it was. Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way, which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left the writing. Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying. The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Woods' testimony alone. What? And what is this proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime scene photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in the photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? These.
Take that!
All the proof you need. Your name's right here. I'm afraid I don't follow. Mr. Wright, I'm sensing feelings of doubt from you. Which means you're talking... No. You said yourself to kind of say. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. Thank you for the follow, say Marceline42. Welcome on in. Here. Could be here.
Take that!
a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. Thank you for thank you for the prime sub for St. Marceline 42. I don't know why my alert's not working. Thanks for the sub. Welcome on in, welcome on in. There we go. Thank you for the sub. Welcome on in. Thanks for the sub. Thank you for the sub. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! You did it, boss. It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off. Woohoo! Yep. Let's bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order in the car. Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. That was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that! Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. Deserved, honestly. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh? What? Oh, well. Looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station. Yeah. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? Thank you for streaming such a wonderful game. Of course. I'm a big fan of Psssttt. You may be able to tell because we're on Duel Destinies and it'll be a weird game to be my first one. But yeah, thanks for coming in. How you doing? How you doing, St. Marceline? How you doing? This feeling, it brings back memories of the old days, the good old days of playing the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin. Watching from Canada. Well, welcome in from Canada. Welcome in from Canada. Glad my stream managed to make its way all the way over to the great snowy part of North America. The land of maple syrup. Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey, until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster. What now, boss? I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. Let's dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written the message in blood? Someone else. If it wasn't Apollo who could have left the bloody message, I'm gonna guess.
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this, but I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean? Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood. What? What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here?
No, really?
No.
Objection!
Phoenix never knows what he's doing. It's Phoenix. What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left a message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, this is the Psssttt universe. Nothing makes sense, honestly. Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. Uh-oh. I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't... I concur. Yes. There was... Apollo, not enough blood. It was like tiny bit of blood on the rock, as we can see on this photo. There's a tiny bit of blood here, and maybe you can make the argument that he was like bleeding out of his bandages, but you can't see any blood on these bandages, so we just assume there's blood here. Yeah, that is not a lot of blood. That is not a lot of blood to write out Woods. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all of those letters. And Mr. Justice didn't survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case. But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There's no connection between the two whatsoever. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. They had never even met each other. That's very true. Well then, let's see. And maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended message? Not what it appears to be? Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods. You're bullshitting. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of a wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right? It clearly says Woods, as anyone can really see. What other meaning could it have? But Candace Arms was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that. Haha. You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. Wait, what's the code on here? L10015R. Yeah, there's no way these are related. Maybe it was... No. Wait, maybe if it was like a weird L, then a 1. Oh wait, the other... No. Maybe a weird 1. Then an O, and a... I don't know why I don't know why I mean, the D maybe slightly makes sense, and then S makes somewhat sense, but W and D's make sense, officer. So maybe that's going a little far though. You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I was here for studying on weekends, as you may have already guessed, and there is no such radio code as Woods in this state, Mr. Wright. Is that a fact? Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes. Yeah, she's an analytical psychologist, not someone who deals with police matters. Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it within anything, then it must end things here. No, please wait, Your Honor. Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's... And no stalling. If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix, you can do it. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the words would really mean? Huh. This, I feel
Take that!
The bomb transport case. I'm about to head up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Oh, please. You've been up to here? You've been up to here with his shenanigans? since he became a fucking lawyer in the Phoenix Wright trilogy. You've been dealing with this shit for like what? I'm gonna say 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. When are you just gonna retire already, Judge? Nice move. Why, thank you. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar? What does this have to do with anything? What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? Now please, take a look at the bloody writing shown in this crime photo. I think I see it. That girl, that's the one on my side. It says Woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different colour, Your Honor. The first character is an W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. Oh my goodness. The truth of the meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Mrs. Wood's name. It's the number engraved on the bomb transport case. What are you talking about? Next part doesn't even make sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says
Objection!
2. But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Paying such a moment. He is, isn't it? Oh God. Mini money. Well. So I don't know why that was on. I should really sort out on. Please erase the third downward strike of the W and the curved part of the D. That makes sense. Does that make sense? Well, would you have a look at that? L1001F. No, Your Honor, it's meant to be as a word. It's the number L100015. Would you take away the final? It's the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case. Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say. Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Wright? Would you, Mr. Wright? The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here. I think I'm drawing the right conclusion. Detective Armies. That's a pun name, isn't it? That's a pun name. Isn't it? You know, Army. I can't believe I just realised that. Yes, yeah. I rarely ever pick up on the pun names in this universe, except for the really obvious ones, you know, salmonella. And I can't believe I've only just got that. Real message to us is the bomb transport case number. It took me a bit to, literally, because I originally started pronouncing it instead of army. But yeah, I literally just got that. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Army left behind was the transport case number, but whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. Oh yeah, add in 5 minutes, by the way, guys. Add in 5 minutes. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose the Detective Army was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Candace Army lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have one purpose. No. Yes. To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than... not history. This
Take
guy. The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Toney on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Dun dun dun. Ted Toney? Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Toney's only specialty. Somehow the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Toney's own ID number to finger him for the crime. Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Army would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Army couldn't recall Mr. Toney's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely It's entirely possible that they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, just lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains she wrote Mr. Toney's ID number. Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Army who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Army had left the message, it should have been found at that
Objection!
time. Naturally, Mr. Toney hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Toney was able to cover the message up because he's... What? The first time to find the body? The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Toney himself. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. Oh shit, yeah he was. When they to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body, Army. When Mr. Toney saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used up the bomb transport case to... That's right, yep. I'm getting through this. Woohoo! He used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. Also, that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't record the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function, when Mr. Toney would use them in another incident. Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice. Exactly. Mr. Toney hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So I didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it, by adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Army left behind. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber. He was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Toney. Yep. This quick is going on. Order in the court. Order, I say. It looks like we'll have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Toney take the witness stand. Yeah, sure enough. That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best, which is fly by the seat of my pants. Okay, ad time. It's ad time in 3, 2, 1. It should start soon. I need to clean my bloody glasses because they're dirty as fuck. I swear, I clean these and they get dirty like after 2 seconds. Jesus Christ. It's so annoying. And why is this taking so long to bloody start? Same. Yeah, the pain is no longer appearing now. Same. Literally. Glasses are so annoying. Also, I am very nearsighted. I am extremely nearsighted. I can barely read chat right now from my other monitor there. I mean, I can read the right text. I can read what Tony's saying. I can read what he's saying on OBS, kind of, because it's like massive fucking writing. But when it comes to chat, I cannot see it. I can't even see which one is the stop streaming and the stop recording button. Like I know which one it is because I've used OBS like for a little bit now, for like 2 months I think. So I know which one is which, but still I cannot read that. I'm so nearsighted. My dad's the opposite actually. My dad's very farsighted, but he refuses to get glasses for whatever reason. Literally every so often he'll like, if you don't know, farsighted is like where you can see things far away but you can't see it close up. I'm the opposite. I can't see things far away but I can see things close up. And my dad just refuses to get glasses. Whenever he's like, I can't see this up close, and he pulls it away, or like, he'll put it away or whatever. And I'll just be like, even me or my sister will be like, you need glasses. And he'll be like, yeah, I know. But he never gets glasses. He's lived, he's almost 50. So he's lived like, almost 50 years without glasses. So I don't know how he's done it. So yeah. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. I've finally drawn Mr. Tonate back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll finally get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lives apart. There he is. Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all...
Objection!
I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID that there is on that bomb transport case. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires. I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You're the first person on the scene after Detective Army left her message in blood. You're the only person who could have hidden the writing and used it again for later. I see. But then let me ask you, do you have any proof that Detective Army wrote that message? That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright? The best way to prove that Detective Army wrote the message is to analyze the DNA. Your Honor, I request that DNA test to be performed on the blood itself. Once we know whose it is, it'll be obvious as to who wrote the message. Very well. Bailiff, please find a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. It'll be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. Witness testimony. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there was no way Detective Army could have written it. She struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. So you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as clear as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there. I see. Alright then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Yeah, what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart. Alright. Let us save first. Options, save. Okay. Yes, you were the first person. No bloody writing on there at the time. That's bullshit. no way Detective Army could have written it. So it struck her head on the rubble and died near the core entrance. What's her... not that. What's her... I want to look at her... this. Traumatic hit caused by impact on the flap. Struck her head and died near the core trauma to the back of the head caused by impact of a flat object. But that's not necessarily a flat object, that's a kind of a slightly sharp object. So...
Objection!
You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tony. Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Army's head injury caused of death, trauma to the back of his head caused by impact to a flat object. Yes, what about it? And take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. Hey, you're right, boss, it is pointed, just like your hair. That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means that the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the core entrance. And claiming the culprit moved the victim's body. That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor on some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written that message. Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Oh, yay! Very good timing. Let's have a look. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Army's blood. And as the defense claims, only parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all. Yes, you did it. You were right, boss. Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. Mr. Tony, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Fine, I will confess. You will? But then why are you so calm? This time I will tell the truth. Willie? Willie though? Willie? It is true that Detective Army wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Army must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. The character has always scared me, I admit. He's kind of a weird character. Like, I think it's like, for me, it's like, he kind of... It's the goggles. It's the goggles that weird me out a bit. It's the goggles. Those kind of weird me out a little bit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's the goggles. It's when like they open up and it shows like part of his eye. I don't know how to explain this. It's when it's like I'll speak to this. It's when it's like, okay, imagine if this is one of his goggles, right? It's when it's like that. It's when it's like that. That's when it weirds me out a bit. That's when it weirds me out a bit. I'm so glad I bought this whiteboard. yeah, that weirds me out. That weirds me out. It just does. It just does. I see. So it is your assertion that you merely moved the body? Is that it? That is correct. I did not kill Detective Army. Oh well, that's all he did then. Wait a minute. That in and of itself is a criminal act. Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor. Finally! Such a calling people out on their crimes that they committed, you know, or in around the crime scene. And you know, in court as well. Because, you know, in the last game he had, in the first apologist, he actually started sometimes calling people out for perjury. And I'm just like, thank fuck, it's a step above what they were doing, what he was doing in Phoenix, right? I love how the judge is just so chill. He is well, so he's just like, yeah, that was a crime. That was a crime. Yeah. I love the judge, man, he's great. Very well then. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination time. The truth. Yeah, the truth. Not history. We're gonna save again, because I always save before we cross-examine it in case it goes horrifically wrong. So, the army wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote it, I was shocked. But I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Army must have mistaken me for the real bomber. I wanted to be accused. I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. My bad? Does he really think that just magically smooth everything over? This guy is something else. I don't believe Detective Army's dying message was just a mistake. You won't make it out of this that easily. What did Mr. Tony see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in his testimony somewhere. Somewhere. I was shocked.
Objection!
I just want to make sure doubly sure that that L1015R is really what you saw written in the blood. Oh yeah, it was just L1015, wasn't it? No R. Yes, it is very clearly said L1015R. That's odd. Yes. But that's odd because that's what I see. What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the photo and the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L1015R? Wait, that looks like an R there though. Oh. Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tony? Oh, right. Now I remember. There's no R in the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back. My beautiful contradiction. Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. There we go. Woohoo! You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. He does look pretty flustered. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tony really see it? Did he think he saw it, or did he actually see it? I'm gonna say, did he actually saw it? Maybe Mr. Tony really did see the R, but there was no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now I take another good look at the photo. I think maybe that's it. What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cards of steel? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tony really did see the letter R. But the photo clearly shows that there is no R. Nuh-uh. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tony actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. Well, part of the photo shows that Mr. Tony could have seen the hair.
Take that!
Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the arm that Mr. Tony saw. It's true that the witness wears some very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad nor his brain power. But part of that little smudge looked like an arch.
Objection!
But what Mr. Tony saw wasn't that little smudge. There's a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, that explains it, huh? Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. And the floor was damaged by the explosion. When was the message written? Before the explosion. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous. If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion occurred even. Order in the court. What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast. What? It sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Army before the trial? Let's see. According to the police report, here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial, and that person was Ted Tony. Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tony saw the victim. That appears to be the case, Your Honor. I'll now ask the court to recall something, specifically Mr. Tony's words from yesterday. It was when Detective Army and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my! Mr. Tony, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tony. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tony, your testimony, please. My testimony, there's no need for. He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head. Because all I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom. I already told you. Blast this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to.
Objection!
Did you not? Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Tony may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Army, but an important piece of your assertion is missing. What important piece? The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim? Mr. Payne has a point. Even Mr. Tony had the chance without a weapon. We can't accuse him of the crime. Well, Mr. Tony? Yes, that's right. I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Army. Did you really have nothing you could use as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report? I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? A heavy blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Army? I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. You can? Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tony have that could have been used as a murder weapon? The bomb.
Take that!
Mr. Tony, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing. What? What the devil are you talking about? You had this. That's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. Nah, the bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace Army was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt objects that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Please recall the description of Detective Army's head wound. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. What are you Ace Attorney guilty part. Ace Attorney murderer. Classic main breakdown. What's with him? Oh please, you've seen this all before. Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb? He's right. I don't have anything decisive. Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. Too bad. The bomb's blown to bits. It's long gone. Game over. Yeah. Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? There's a crack in the clock, which I always thought was weird. I have to go, boy. It's been really fun. Until next time, cheers. Alright, see you around, St. Marceline. See you around. Have a good night. Have a good night, St. Marceline. I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Army's head. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood in it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. By setting up the bomb, Tony managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Something that Mia taught him all those years ago. Instead of looking for things he wasn't able to hide, he should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tony murdered Detective Army before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. Which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tony had to hide. Oh shit, what did he have to hide? What did he have to hide?
Take that!
Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tony would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right, and if we could figure out where the hiding place was, exactly, we might be able to find some evidence we can put him down with. So where could Mr. Tony have hidden the body during the trial? That would be in here.
Take that!
Which is why the bomb was in the toy. Yes. Wait, a box big enough for a body. A box that was in the courtroom the whole time. A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tony. What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me though. Come again? You heard me. Now, show me what's inside that bomb transport case. What? Why? No, there's no need. Got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. Then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you're trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. Well, the body is hidden during the trial. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Let's not. Not if you value your life. Oh, what's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? Huh? I repeat, this HH3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor. I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. Mr. Tony, are you threatening me? I'm the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. But Mr. Tony, didn't you say that's just a training model, a fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH3000. But the HH3000 was used to blow up courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made. What? Then I were to take that confession on your part to get anywhere you would like. Just before the trial. I took the HH3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb in it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4. Mr. Tony, no, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH3000 is so unique. I've never seen anything like that. It's so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism, so I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH3000 in there? I must confess, no one opened stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out. No, not a possibility, a certainty. I did it. So he's had a real bomb with him this whole time. You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Order in the court. I'm out of here. It's gonna blow. Run! You four are still here? Well, aren't you brave? It just wouldn't do for the court judge presiding over this court to run. That horrible explosion the other day? The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne, that is... He's off. He's off. And he's off. Yep. Oh, it's close it then. Mr. Wright, what do we do? It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. That's not the real one. Is that bomb really the HH3000? Nuh-uh. What should I do? Stand our ground. Wait, is there an alternate ending for this one? Let me see. I'm really looking at the achievements now and towards the end of the trial. I don't think so. Don't think so. Come now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going. With my dear HH3000, naturally. Oh, by the way, I'd advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
You're not going anywhere, 1028. Oh? Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? More of your famous bluffing? Even at the risk of your own life? Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now, not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in this photo of the bomb, clear as day. Proof that Mr. Tornado's bomb is not the real HH3000. Really? I'll prove it then, immediately. Ways to prove that what Mr. Tornado is holding is not the real HH3000. There. No.
Take that!
The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tony used the bomb to attack Detective Army. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right. Therefore, this is not the real HH3000. Mr. Tony was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real HH3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Fear not, Your Honor. I'll examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Well, please do that, Mr. Wright. No! Stop! There's blood. What is that? Is that a bloodstain? Just as I expected. Your lives have been all blown to bits, Mr. Tony. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Army's blood. And that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Army. How about it, Mr. Tony? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it? Ha, you're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. This HH3000 is about to explode. Trying to threaten us, Mr. Tony? I've already proved that your bomb is a fake. It's real. This bomb is the real thing, I tell you. It's real. Mad Bomber, Party 1. There's no time left. It's going to blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle, blah, 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 blah. Stop! Classic Ace Attorney guilty party. Made it. Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces. It's all that stupid woman's fault. No, it's your fault, mate. You blew up a courtroom. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market kit. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean up now this with an explosion. Then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to court the floor and I found a kid all over my bomb transport case. That's when I stuck up behind him and bam. That's when the idiot police arrested that little girl. I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Why? Oh, why? Ted Tony, you are hereby under arrest on suspicion of the cold body of bombing and the assault of Mr. Justice. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Mr. Juniper Wood's verdict. Not guilty! Court is adjourned. Keep accidentally hitting on instead of escape. Not escape, space. You did it, boss. Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of here, that was great. Mr. Wright, Dina, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junior. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. I hope that both of you will come and visit me there sometime. That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure you could make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think? What? That's no forest. That's a mountain. Thanks for the alert, Gumpy. Thanks for the alert. Welcome on in. But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving. Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery you're thinking of? Yeah, this.
Take that!
Oh. The remote switch, right? Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tony just got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict. I guess you're right. Hey, I know. Judy, shall I go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone. Okay. Huh? A grandmother? No, silly, to Apollo. Oh, right. Dumbass. But why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay. And so, the courtroom bombing case came to a close. The next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office. That's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least, that's what I believe. But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Oh? Right, anything agent say? Cutscene.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Oh?
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Apollo? Are you okay? Apollo! Wait, it seems like we're gone for the entirety of Duel Destinies now. It's for the fact that this is literally his trilogy. What the fuck?
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
So I'm going to be playing as Phoenix and Athena for the rest of this game? What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. Huh. Huh. What happened with Apollo? My next one is the monstrous circle, which I'm guessing is this case, which is this case that, yeah, it's got a pearl on the front, so I assume it's the first case that Athena ever met Apollo. Oh my god, the plot thickens. Plot thickens, oh my god. Anyways guys, we're gonna raid out. We're gonna have a little raid. We're gonna go raid out. We're gonna go raid Tanga. We're gonna raid Tanga, who is playing a bit of Fortnite. Let me just take my AirPods out because I always use it for audio. I always listen to my stream on my phone for audio quality control, basically. So yeah, let's go raid out to Tanga. Raid Tanga. Anyways guys, go enjoy Tanga stream. I hope you enjoy it. All my socials should be in the commands or in the about me section or on like the top of my profile somewhere. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys on Sunday. I don't know what I'm doing Sunday. I know I'm starting Great Ace Attorney Resolve next week, but I don't know when I'm streaming on Sunday. So we'll just have to find out. Go enjoy Tanga stream. Bye 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 bye.